Confession. That was probably really loud in your ear. Sorry, but I still emotionally eat. I still need to brush my hair as well, but I still emotionally eat. And here's why I think it's okay, especially in a crazy time like now. So in this video, I'm gonna share supportive versus unsupportive emotional eating and how to put a stop to the unsupportive emotional eating for good. Okay, so keep watching. All right, so we are back. If you struggle with food and dig our content, be sure to click subscribe and like on this video and even tag a friend if you think that this could help. So I want to talk about my emotional eating. So for those of you who don't know, I struggled with binge eating from my mid-teens to my mid-20s, over a decade. And I tried for like 7 of those years, I tried the really typical like diet approach to stop and a lot of control, and that just led to all kind of chaos and more binge eating. Then I tried like the deeper emotional healing route, and I just thought that there was something wrong with me and wrong with my emotions, and that I had to do all this inner healing to stop binge eating. And I also learned that inner healing and emotional work helps, but it's not the end-all be-all answer, right? It's a combination of a bunch of things that gets you to freedom. And for a while on my journey, especially when I was diving deep into therapy and all these things that like helped but weren't quite the answer, I had this belief that like emotional eating was bad. That if I chose a food based on an emotion versus based on me being hungry, that like something was wrong with me. And now that I have a very free and easy relationship with food, like I don't have any mental issues about it. I know certain foods make me feel good, certain foods don't. I do know that foods impact how I feel in the world, and I put a priority on feeling really good. And I also put a priority on being able to like go have a margarita sometimes and enjoy some tacos or have a pizza night with my family or friends. You know, that stuff is fun and fulfilling for me too. So, you know, I live this life of, I hate using the word balance because it's really cliche, but to me, it feels just very balanced and very easy and very consistent. And if I do notice myself feeling a little run down or sluggish, I will look at my food and be like, oh, okay, cool. Could add some things in to help me out here to support my health and vitality, right? It's this very easy relationship. There's no binging, no thinking about food obsessively, no intense cravings, just super, super easy and consistent. And so I want you to have this too. Like, to me, that is freedom. Freedom is not having to think about this stuff and to feel just in your power and consistent and feel like it's easy so you can actually focus on bigger things. And right now, if you're watching this video, like as I'm filming it, right? I'm filming in the midst of the coronavirus epidemic, and there's some big things to focus on and big things to think about. And I don't want food to be an issue for you. So how emotional eating fits into all this. Right now, you're probably experiencing stress, uncertainty, overwhelm, boredom, you name it. And that could easily be driving you to the cabinets, right? Now, unsupportive emotional eating would be grazing all day, numbing out with food, just, you know, grabbing food, grabbing another. Oh, whatever, I'll start back over tomorrow. The diet's already blown, or I'm just going to numb out in front of the TV with this bag of whatever, you know, all of that. That's not very supportive for your overall well-being. Supportive for emotional eating for me is checking in with how I want to feel, checking in with what's important to me, and making a decision for my food based around that. So I'll give you some examples. Some examples would be like today. I had a crazy day. I was at my boyfriend's this morning. I'm quarantining between 2 houses. And so I was there this morning, and there wasn't a lot of food for breakfast that I really felt like I wanted. I was craving like fresh smoothie type stuff. It just wasn't there. And I didn't want to have like egg sandwich. I normally would have that. I just didn't feel like having that. And so my breakfast got delayed like 2 hours. I had something small when I got to my house, but had to jump on calls. My lunch was a little bit lighter because of a lack of cooked selection on quarantine. I need to prep some food out of my freezer. So, you know, I'm getting towards the end of my day. And if I check in with, after shooting all these videos and after leading hours of calls, like, most likely I will want to just kind of sit and chill out with a meal and with some food. And that is a little bit of an emotional decision, right? That's not just like I need food because I had a long day. That's like, damn, I want to sit down, I want to chill, I want to shut off my brain, I want to make a meal and I want to enjoy it and I want to have it, right? So that is a bit of an emotionally based decision, but it's supportive because that meal is going to support me in that moment. On the flip side, let's say a day like today happened and, this morning, I really, really wanted energy and I wanted to feel good and I was feeling groggy and tired and exhausted and gross, which is how I felt like 2 days ago. It is an emotional decision to say, man, I want to feel good. And even though all this food is easy to access, like I need my smoothie, I need some green stuff, I need something to get me energized because I'm feeling really, really awful right now. That is an emotional based decision. If I am out with my friends, let's say, there are 2 ways I could make the decision. No matter what, I'm going to check in with how I want to feel and the experience I want to have. Let's say I'm out with my friends for a brunch, which we can't go on brunch right now, we're quarantined, but let's say that. Let's say I have calls in the afternoon. I want to connect with my friends, but I also want to feel good for my calls. So I'm going to make a decision that kind of is balanced and supportive. Now, let's say I had a long ass week and I just want to chill out with my friends at brunch and I want to connect with them and honor them and I just want a big meal and I just want to chill. That is an emotional based decision, but I'm still staying connected to my body. I'm stopping as I'm satisfied. I'm not disconnected emotional eating, binging on pancakes and waffles and eggs Benedict all morning because I can, right? That would be unsupportive emotional eating. This supportive emotional eating is, ooh, I want this experience. I want to feel a certain way after. I want to chill out after. I want to have this meal and I'm going to stay connected to myself and my body in this process and make this decision that supports how I want to feel now and during the rest of my day. So you can see they're still making decisions from an emotional place, but still bringing in the future, bringing in the connection to my body, bringing in how I want to feel in the moment and in the future, versus disconnected, unsupportive emotional eating is just numbing out or escaping in the moment. It's very habitual. It's very automatic. There's no connection and no presence and no honoring yourself in the moment. So 2 totally different worlds, however, 2 rooted in emotion and how you want to feel. So when you're on quarantine, when you're in lockdown, or when you're out to eat or whatever that is, check in, right? Don't just grab the thing because it's there. Don't just grab the thing because you had a crazy day. Don't just eat the breakfast that you have at the house when you're craving something else, right? That might have to happen in some situations, like my lunch today. I just didn't have food prepped and, I'm trying not to order a bunch of to-go food and things like that right now to really be as safe as possible and keep as many people, inside as possible and support stopping this epidemic, right? But you want to make those connected decisions as much as you can. And so if you need support making those connected decisions, if you need help putting a stop to the overeating while all the food's at home, if you need support breaking out of the emotional eating, then be sure to get the training below this video. It's a 20-minute training that breaks down my 3 steps to stop overeating and stop emotional eating while you're stuck at home. And this would be stopping unsupportive emotional eating. I'm all for the supportive decisions based on how you want to feel. So hope this video helps shine some light on kind of the differences and hope it just teaches you to cut yourself some slack. You don't have to only eat perfectly when you're hungry and the objective amount you need to eat. You want to connect to yourself and honor yourself through this process. And you'll see that's always kind of a resounding, repetitive message in all of our material. On that note, I'm signing off. I have a 15-minute break until I lead some calls, which I'm excited about, but get that training below the video on that link, and just stay safe, be well, stay strong. I know this is a chaotic time, but if we all come together and support one another, we really got this. All right, sending you love and see you in the next video.